plus shooting a motherfucker, plus, telling the motherfucker here's somebody else, or, a lot of people aren't good with dealing with tense situations and still shooting a motherfucker in the head with giving out information and taking it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big part of that game. A lot of motherfuckers get, like, I see that from Matt, and, Engine doesn't get frustrated, but you know, he takes in information well, and he can give it out well, but he's just not like you say, he's not just the best shooter out there. Just like Matt. Matt gets frustrated. I've noticed, I've looked at all the crew and looked at some videos of shit. Matt gets frustrated because you tell him something, and he hears you, but he can't react fast enough.
Yeah.
And like, because he's concentrating on shooting the guy as well, and he's already frustrated because he knows he's not the best shot. So he's like, if you tell him, hey, guys coming from your east, and he's, come around the corner, and then he gets frustrated because, it seems more like, damn, why this guy got to be coming my way?
Right.
And he doesn't do well under pressure. Matt does not do well under pressure in video games.
I think that comes with just being more comfortable in the game and knowing how to kind of fucking navigate. And, well, I mean, when the highest tiers of competition, you got to keep your head straight and you got to just be calm. You can't be mad. You can't be, emotional at all. And I think that, when we're playing casual, it's very easy to get pissed and panic and fucking bullshit, pull some bullshit and lose it on accident and stuff too. So, like, I think that a lot of people aren't really used to when you get into like some actual high competition type games. If you're not normally used to that or acclimated to it, you kind of flail. I remember when I first started fucking gaming competitively online, I would just totally overthink it way too much when we first started playing, scrimmages and shit on STA and some of the earlier pro gaming leagues. Stronger Than All was one of the leagues that we used to always play on, STA, and there'd be guys that were so nasty, dude, and would have the strategy and our whole strat like down because we would practice like 3 times a week, and before every week that we would play, we always got together on Sunday and ran through our strats and ran test runs and shit on the maps that we were going to play comp for. And you'd get some guys, dude, that were so super nasty and consistent. And then once we would go live on Wolf TV for like Return to Castle Wolfenstein, like once they were live and we were in the zone and playing, they would flail. Like 2 of our top guys. And dude, I got to be honest, man, like there were times where I would too. There was a recorded one here on a map called Submarine. You gotta blow up the submarines. The other team's gotta plant dynamite on the 2 submarines and blow them up to win. And man, I was just mobbing. It was one of my best maps, man. But I remember just flailing because we were playing like the top 3rd team or something, and it happened. So I could understand people when we get in there and, we're playing really well and shit, and the guys that can't really, real time keep it all together, like as far as call outs, being self-aware, and then also make sure that they're shooting and staying on point. I think it's like a muscle, and there's so many different things that come into play. It's hard for some guys that aren't necessarily used to that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
That's the thing, though. It's like I feel like I know I said this before, but like one of the games being competitive, they have tournaments and stuff, just like Siege. Like I say, we gotta get on one of these
done
games
on Siege,
and start competing.
honestly, personally, for me, like I'm done with Siege. That's just me though, dude. Like I'm done with Siege. It's too hard. Like it's too rough. It's too rough to get the guys that we have currently, in my opinion, to play Siege because, like I said, with how prepared you have to be, how diligent you have to be, how vigilant, really. You have to be, as far as, you know, like, you can't have distractions, you can't have the kids running around, you can't be hearing other people knock on the door and shit. Like, and with me, I just have always so many people fucking hit
that's
me
in
up.
most competitive games, though, right? You don't want none of that shit going on, but then competing.
Well, but it's a little more exclusive with Siege, because you have to be listening for footsteps and everything. Yeah, do I want distractions while we're playing anything else? Comp? No. But is it much harder and much more difficult to get everything organized and have the atmosphere and environment around you to play Siege in a comp level? Like, it's just, I think, personally, with our guys, that's hard to do, because it's a very fucking attention-oriented game. You gotta constantly listen to where they're coming from, and the steps being a big thing. Like, we all like to fucking talk and talk shit, you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah.
Saris mostly, bro. We don't take this game too serious. The Hack Kid, shout out. He's on the YouTube, straight pimp. You know, like, I agree with everything that you're saying too, Johnson. I just think, for me personally, like, you can run that whole deal, but like with our main guys that do play and shit, I don't know about that one. You know what I like?
So basically, what you're saying is I need to find me a team to get on if I'm gonna do competitive Siege.
I mean, probably, if you're gonna do competitive Siege, because I'm, like I said, personally, like, I'm done with Siege. It's too, I can't play Siege enough, like, with my current, I guess, lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, to play enough and keep up with the updates and all that and everything to actually do it competitively. And if I can't do it, I don't know how many other cats in the crew would actually be realistically, you know, able to do it. So, I mean, you know, given the guys that we have and the Siege tournaments and stuff last time, I think that, yeah, for me, Siege is done, dude. I honestly, I'm done with Siege. It's too hard. It's too hard to get in the mindset. It's too hard to get the proper team. We don't play it. Like, that's something I'd have to do all the time, and I'm just not passionate enough about Siege to be that good at it, honestly. It's not fun minute to minute for me. I like more fast-paced, kind of fucking thinking on the fly shit. I just, yeah, for me, seriously, Siege is a no-go for me as far as comp. Like, and I don't even see me playing it like casually too much, because I don't enjoy it. I just really, compared to other games, minute to minute, I just don't enjoy it. Maybe if everybody that we played with were as on point, whether we had been rusty and been playing or not, when it comes to Siege, maybe, okay, you know, if we could all just always get in and not really have to worry about it. But the fact of the matter is, for me to feel okay about playing Siege comp, I'm going to want to make sure that we're all super on point, and I would never ask that of the guys that we currently have, because it would be impossible to
none of them always ever on, or don't play on a consistent basis where we can get everybody together to do, you know, something like that right now. Anyway.
Like, I think we could plan a couple nights a week to get people together and play casually, and I'd be down with that. I mean, yeah, we don't have the guys, dude. We don't have the guys that are interested enough to do it, in my opinion. I mean, you got Murda that plays, and I mean, you know, we don't necessarily want Murda on the comp team for you, especially if you're running it. You know, you're the guy, so I don't want you to have anybody on your team that you wouldn't want anyways. You know, Jay's, you know, exceptional at shooters and video games, and you know, he was kind of on our crew for Siege, and he's fucking on point as hell. But you know, there's him, but you know, like Engine and I mean, that was the only other guys, really, right? I mean,
yeah,
so
basically.
I think if you did, you know, if Jay was down and Epoch was down and you, and then yeah, you know, two other cats or whatever, that I don't think old boy what's his name that we play with, Cost. I don't think that he's the greatest shot in Siege. I know he plays. I know he's cool.
Who is it? Oh, Cost.
Yeah, you know, I've always been a fan of Cost ever since we played. You and I started playing with him. I like him. He's a fucking chill
I played
dude.
Siege with him a few times.
He's a decent player. Yeah, he's a decent shot and everything. But yeah, dude, if you want to throw a fucking Siege crew together, that's all you, brother. Like I said, I'm not passionate enough about it. I foresee that there's gonna be other games coming about. I just can't keep my interest with Siege whatsoever. It's just. I mean, with me, you know what I mean? I want to get in there and kind of have a chance sometimes. And some of these guys just play so often, and one of them being you, that the skill gap between you and us and everybody else is so large that it's kind of hard to hang and actually, you know, even do anything. Yeah, I know I'm kind of down.
Yeah,
I mean, I know I don't totally.
I get a crew together, or I join a team that's already together and play with them.
Yeah.
If I can find one.
Yeah, you should be able to find one. Yeah. I think like more of our team would be more into Overwatch. I think we could get 5 of us, and I think we could play comp, and I think that we would do well in Overwatch. I think that's more of, you know, more up the alley as far as like if you took a consensus of the players that we do have, that would be more on point of something they would enjoy probably playing more and even taking it a little bit more serious. Just because it's not as much of a, oh, you know, you go in once and, you know, you die and then, oh, you know, we got to fucking bank on Johnson to kill everybody else or something. You know what I mean? Like, we just like, it's just not everybody is as nasty at shooting and aiming and tracking and, like you said, being as quick at being self-aware, but also making call-outs and, you know, making sure your aim's fucking on point at the same time. I more of what the fucking thing is. But yeah, dude, me, like I said, me personally, it's not there for me.
I feel you. So you definitely you thinking you believe we can go competitive with Overwatch for sure?
I think that there's a few games that
so
we could do.
Get like I haven't checked none of their tournament schedules or and know if they throw any tournaments just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Yeah, they do. It's huge. I've watched some of them, and I could link you to some of them.
I know it's got a competitive thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I haven't checked on any of the. You know how Siege does their shit on Sundays and shit. And if you go so far, you can get recognized and shit like that.
Right.
And be in another tournament. So I don't know what type of days or whatever they do theirs on, but I'm pretty sure it's probably on the Saturday or Sunday too as well.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what fucking game it is, because whatever fucking game we get up in, I'm gonna pull up with my skills and I'm gonna goddamn, you know, play good regardless. I'm just saying, like, I just want to play competitively because I feel like we ain't getting younger, motherfucker. So, you know, time is ticking. And goddamn, you know, I feel like if we gonna do something, we want to be real about it, we're gonna be a real crew, I feel like we should compete. I feel like everybody can have enough time. If we're gonna call ourselves a gaming crew, we can get in here and start trying to get known to compete. Because we're not gonna get known just by off of just, you know, not competing. You know, that ain't the way to go for anybody who's gonna try to one day get seen to be a gaming crew that's, you know, gonna be on the rise or wanna rise, or, you know. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what game we can compete in. I just wanna. I mean, Siege was just a big thing with me, and I'm like, damn. You know, that was one of the first games that I actually got into a tournament and did pretty well. Got into some third and fourth round wins, and I'm like, damn, okay, this is what it feels like to actually compete in the game. Because, you know, I'm not like where everybody's not like you, where you've competed in motherfucking back in the day on PC and shit like that. Because I didn't have the means to nor the knowledge. So, I mean, my time is now. I got the PS4, I can get games. And I feel like my skills are good enough now to where I can compete on any game and get used to any game. Because if we're gonna go and compete on any game, I can take the time out when I'm after I'm done working and get in there and fucking become a beast at any fucking game we can get to go competitive at and be good. So that's all I'm saying. That's all that's the only thing I'm saying. So if we want to if you serious about want to be like, hey, I feel like we can be competitive in Overwatch. Okay, let's get Overwatch. Let's get some time in. I know you've already had plenty of time. You've played the game probably already 1,000 hours before with with all the betas and all that shit like that. And then we played on the free weekend. But hey, let's get it. I mean, Indian talks about that game. He says he's gonna get it. He talks about being good at that game. If let's put the money where your mouth is. Let's get it in. Let's get to competing. Let's do it. If that's the game y'all gonna be passionate about, let's get passionate about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Cause I'm down. I'm down for any game to get competitive. It's just gotta come from y'all next.
Mhm. Hold up one sec.